Welcome to another Q&A session with me, Lauren Evanthia, the party leader of the OM. Every week, I answer one of your questions about the party, and this week I am answering, is voting for a new party a wasted vote? This year is an election year, and that means you will get to vote in the local government elections somewhere between August and November of 2021. You'll be voting for your ward councillor, and you'll also be voting for which party you want to represent you in your local council. I'll explain more about how local government elections work in another video. For now, I want to address this very important question. It's a question that's asked by many voters, and it's quite frankly a misconception. And I hope that in this series I get to bust the myth that voting for a new party is a wasted vote. To our new members, and to our members that are busy spreading the OM across the country, you'll also probably get asked this question a lot. So please take notes so that you can answer this question adequately. Let's explore what is meant by a wasted vote. Let's explore what is meant by the question, is voting for a new party a wasted vote? What people generally mean and what they usually specify when they ask this question is that they are worried that by voting for any other party other than the main opposition, that they are in fact strengthening the ruling party of the country. I can understand how for some this might be concerning. In this video, I'll be outlining exactly why this is not an issue at all, and why in fact you need to vote for a new party. From a local government perspective, when a person votes, what they usually vote for is continued or better basic services. The Western Cape has a reputation for having better services than other provinces in the country, and at least this is true on a surface level. However, experience shows me that not a single party is perfect at delivering services. Every corner of South Africa has its problems. Every corner of South Africa has public representatives who do not listen, and areas that are in dire need of help. OM's solution is to change the structure of government, define a limited role of government, change the leadership and organizational culture of government administration, and lastly, get rid of the multi-party system so that parties no longer exist and people are represented by individuals and held accountable. All these changes will ensure that good governance does not depend on one specific political party. The most important role of a municipal council is not service delivery. The municipality is supposed to deliver services regardless of who your councillor is and regardless of who the mayor is. Service delivery is a function of local government administration. The most important role of a municipal council is to amend and pass bylaws, decide how the budget is spent, and make decisions based on how to develop the municipality. In other words, the role of councillors who meet in your municipal councils is to decide how to use public funds to improve the life of all residents. Local governments cannot do the same as national governments. Some examples of what local municipalities can do, using Cape Town as an example, include water and sanitation, housing, safety and security, spatial planning, urban development, and transport. There are many specific departments within each municipality, but overarching all these departments, whatever they are called in your specific municipality, is the Integrated Development Plan, abbreviated to the IDP. At national level, we have the National Development Plan, abbreviated to NDP. The problem with IDPs and the NDP is that they all follow closely the United Nations Agenda 21 principles, and specifically fall in line with Agenda 2030 Sustainable Development Goals. One of the most prevalent examples of how municipalities, and especially metro municipalities, are falling in line with Agenda 2030 goals are these high-density policies that have been written into law at local level. This means that wherever there is property development, property developers have to make sure that as many people fit in per square meter as possible. Very seldom you will find a plot available to build a freestanding house. That is a thing of the past. What is now the new normal is that all residential areas, whether it's flats or houses, will fit into a security complex with high surveillance and everything that you need at your doorstep. This is part of what the United Nations calls sustainable development. So why is it a problem that the IDPs and the NDP fall within the framework of the United Nations Agenda 21? It's a problem because the ideology of the UN, politely referred to as sustainable development, is all about population control to end human suffering and earth suffering at the expense of individual freedom. OHM's ideology is the exact opposite. We believe in individual liberty. We believe in giving governments a very limited role in administering governance properly, leading with correct principles, and then organically society should evolve. The difference between these two worlds is that with the UN in control, no one has a choice. Within an OHM framework, everyone has a choice to lead their lives the way they want to. Whether at national level or local level, it doesn't matter which party that is currently represented is in power. All of them will follow the IDP and the NDP no matter what they stand for. So is voting for a new party a wasted vote or not? The Integrated Development Plans, as well as the National Development Plan, transcends party differences and has been dictated to by the United Nations. Of the 13 parties that are currently serving in National Assembly and of the many parties within local government, all of them play the political game and will abide by the Integrated Development Plans of their municipalities and the National Development Plan of the country. If you are not voting for a political party that speaks out against our broken political system, and if you are not voting for a party that speaks out against the global influence over our government, then the party you are voting for is a wasted vote. Any party that is existing within the system and not fighting to change the political system as it stands is only there for their own gain. Any party that's going to perpetuate the United Nations Agenda 21 is there to destroy the country. Whether you vote for a party due to emotional loyalty or whether you vote for a party because you believe you're going to get slightly better services, at the end of the day, you'll be voting for a party that is taking away your freedom. Whether the shirt is yellow, blue, red, or any other color, you're voting to get your freedom taken away. The only option you have to make a difference at the ballots is to vote for a political party that's going to change the system and get rid of the global influence over South Africa. Any other vote is a wasted vote. The Organic Humanity Movement is a movement registered as a political party with the sole purpose of making South Africa sovereign and instituting a proper democracy. This means that people can live in freedom without government interference in their daily lives, and definitely without global influence over our government. I would encourage anyone to vote for any party that stands for these principles. I look forward to reading more of your questions. You can submit your questions in the comments below or email them to info@organichumanitymovement.org.